We're back. Back again. Kind of working our way up this list here. We're going to dive into some techno now. So let's get it. You might recognize the song, you might not. I'm already warmed up. My heart is beating from the last song that we did. So we're gonna keep going. We're gonna get into some techno. Okay. First, I'm gonna dance to it. Then we'll break it down. Then I'll dance to it again, so you can kind of re-identify. Okay. Just speed it up a little bit here. The song is called Blooming Era by Enrico Sanguliani. Great artist. Chef's kiss. Now, I'm going to play it back from when I started. And to be honest with you guys, I'll always be transparent. That run didn't feel so hot to me. So I'm going to give it everything I got when we go for take two here, okay? So just letting you know that right now. Gotta tap in, you know, gotta lock in. So first we start out, it's like the first minute of the song is just like this. It's just it's like a lower mid-tempo bass, and then you hear the hear that's like the, it's like a hi-hat opening. You know, usually if you have a drum set, you have the snare right here, the kick drum right here on the right foot. Back up a little bit. And you have the hi-hat just above on the left side of the snare. And that tick you're hearing. That is like the hi-hat opening. That's the guy letting off on the hi-hat and it's opening and closing. So what could you do with that already? Well, what I've been doing the last few of these, I believe, is, you know, let's add it to the rudimentary fundamentals. So usually when you're rocking out, that hinging, when you're rocking out with your T-steps, when you're hinging, that hinge, basically that is the cymbal opening and closing. So imagining yourself when you rock, that cymbal is your guide and your signal to, you know, when you're rocking out, to close and open the chest or hinge at the hips. Okay, when it's going, let me play it. Okay. This is why music is so important. When you dance to it, you gotta keep an eye out with your ears, because without, if I wasn't paying attention on a deeper level to that cymbal, right, I would look like this. My upper body would be kind of stale, and I would just be moving my feet, so it would be like this. Which, there's nothing wrong with that, but again, use that cymbal as a kind of like your signal, or your, you know, that's your like your notice, your notification to, you know, to, oh, that's when I can start opening and closing, hinging at the hips forward like this when you're rocking out. Okay, this is fundamental right here. Boom, boom. See how and without it, it's just like this. And with it, it's like this. Not only do you give yourself more stees, and you look good when you're rocking out, but it adds momentum, it adds flavor, it keeps you upright, and it keeps you going forever in that like infinite like sound loop. So you'll never, as long as you put all the fundamentals together, you're rocking out, boom, 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 you're rocking, you're hinging out, hinging forward and crunching forward a little bit with the chest coming down and at the hips. While you're rocking out, I should say, it puts everything together and it just looks chef's kiss. It looks amazing, it looks good. But so that's just one example that you can use from the music to help, what's the word? It kind of gives you like it adds like boost, or it adds flavor, you know, to your rock when you add certain things. It's kind of like when you hit the downbeat of the bass kick on the drum. That is obviously when you're rocking out, you're going boom, 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 and you're hitting your heels on the floor, okay? So, right now it's a build-up, right? And would you really be, sometimes, yeah, you're not going to be shuffling exactly or rocking out to this part, but just let's listen for the drop now. hear the cymbals opening too, right? Right, but the bass drum also gets a boost. Oh, what I meant to say earlier is the certain sounds like you're hearing now in instruments amplify and complement. Certain sounds, I'll say that again, certain sounds amplify and complement your rock, or really any move that you're doing, so long as you spend the time figuring out how it is being played on the deck, or how the DJ is okay. So I'm going to say that again. Certain sounds like these, like the cymbal opening up, they complement and they give like more energy to, let's say, your rock, such as the chest hinging or coming, kind of compressing, and then you're decompressing. So when that cymbal opens and closes, that's your key to while you're rocking out, okay? And then we have, again, we're gonna check out all these different sounds now. So we have a bunch of different sounds. Right? See all the cymbal? The bass, of course, stepped up. It's been ramped up or kicked up, so it's not that low mid-tempo, the one that we heard earlier. It's got more, it's more fulfilling now. Okay? So during this period, yeah, you're rocking out, you're doing your fundamentals, and when it's going one, boom, okay, that's your time to stretch and play with the music. Okay, so let's try it here. Now, there's also that voice at the beginning where it's like, listen right here. Maybe do something like. Back it up again. Just wanted to identify that sound. You want to try and pick out all the little sounds and see how you can play with them, see how you can manipulate them, see how they can manipulate you when you let the music just take over, right? But let's let me show you what we can do with the woo woo bow wow. Let's play with that next, because that literally happens the entire song. So it would be cool to be able to, understand how that works, okay? So hopefully you guys are understanding, you should have your fundamentals down for the most part, depends where you're at in your journey. But if you're watching this, now you know the bass kick is for, the main bass drum when you're hitting, when the song pops off, okay? The cymbal is for your rock and for your chest, opening and closing, compressing and decompressing. So you're doing that simultaneously while hitting your heel, whether it's your foot or the ball of your foot, your toe, or flat. Okay, so we have those two things identified. And then there's that voice, yeah, where it's like, okay? Okay, here we go. So what can we do with this? You can stretch certain sounds. If the sound, okay, you can stretch certain sounds. If the sound itself is stretching, such as this, Okay? That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's like 5, 6, counts. Okay, so that's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's probably almost an 8 count if you double tempo, or if you double time it. Okay, but let's see what we can do with that. All right. Okay, so you see how we're playing with that stretching of the, it's kind of like a whoa, bow. Okay? So you have an idea now of what it looks like. I got it on the second, third, and I did a fourth one. The first one I let go, and then I tried to catch it on the second one. Okay? And this teaches you that you can pause, even though the other instruments are still going. Don't worry about it. Paint your own picture, and make your own vision in your head of how you want to interpret the dance or the song. That's musicality right there in a nutshell. In your own head. That's you deciphering and interpreting the music how you want to. So, again, for me, when I hear a sound that stretches outward, it's like, I like to get in a pose, maybe I'll get a little low, I'll be like, whoa, boom. Okay? And you saw how I was doing like liquid there, bringing it up to the front, I was like, whoa, whoa. And then at the last minute, the boom, I will push, bop. Okay? So this is how you can identify music and songs, but you got to pay attention. You got to use your ears to hear what's going on. And this is why if you download an app such as this one, I forget the name of it. I can put it in the description, but you can break it down to just the vocals, the snare, the kick drum, which is the bass, the synths, the guitar, the wonkiness, the lasers, whatever, So moving forward, let's actually do that. Let's tear this apart a little bit. So I'm going to mute the vocals that in the beginning. You don't really need to hear that right now. So I'm going to mute that. So you hear the vocals are gone now. Let's mute the snare. Right now. You hear that? So let's really focus on that. You're just going to do it again. Again. Okay. So this could be a song that you can use to practice, remove these other instruments, pick out, whatever instrument you want to practice to, like we're doing now, and play with it. Run the video back right now, and you can redo it, and move how you want to move. Let that musicality take over. The musicality is whatever you feel when that song is playing. That whoa, bow. okay? So if you're feeling like doing an arm roll, or you're feeling like doing like a elbow, like arm flap, whatever. You know, if you're thinking like maybe bringing around tempo, like Matrix style, like boom, boom, okay? Maybe you take your hat off, boom, boom, okay? Again, arms over the head, boom, boom, you know? That's what I'm talking about. You can time it correctly. Once you learn 8 counts and how to count music, the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You know, because each bar is typically, it's universal. It's usually 8 notes or 8 counts, if you will. Sometimes it's double time, sometimes it's half time, sometimes it's, you know, normal tempo. That's that, you know. It can be really even slower than that or even faster than that too. Again, with the neck roll, let's do it with the neck. Now, if you've seen anything before earlier in Series 8, you know how we'll do like the whoa. Imagine the head at that bono. Imagine the head going like this. Okay, so let's play it back. Again. That's how you can play with that sound. Let's see what else there is. Let's go back here. All right. Let's bring back vocals, the snare. Let's take away the bass. Okay, let's see what we got. Basically, the snare is, depending on how the app picks it up, the snare is, it's also picking up, so I can't mute it, but for the most part, this is a pretty, I would say, easy song for now. I mean, you know, techno is like 130, you know, 132 plus BPM, but you know how to identify the song now. There's really there's a little bit of vocals at the beginning where it's like the yip, 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 right? And then you have the drums, which is basically the snare and the kick drum together. And then there's like other or bass, like bass guitar. And that's really it. So let me play it again. Okay, so that's pretty much it. So techno, the nice thing is about techno is that it's repetitive, right? Some people can't stand it. Some people can fall asleep to it, crazy enough. And some people just love that repetitiveness of it because there's nothing like a good loop that brings you in to just keep doing, you know, a solid rock whenever you're at the rave, you're at the park, or wherever, you know, dance party, festival, doesn't matter. And techno is just, there's just something about it. It's just that repetitive movement, you know, and when you're clocked in, it feels really good. So let's go off to it now, because I think we've done enough explaining. And I will do my best this time, I promise. I'll add in every little thing that I know, and you know, so let's hit it. Perfect. The song stopped right there where I needed it. So I was trying to build some more momentum at the end there. Some more combos, some more creativity, some more flair. We got the jacket, we got the all black fit, we got the jacket giving off the flare. I even got gloves on, it feels good. And when you feel good, you look good. So, dress to impress, yes, but dress to express yourself to your full, authentic self while you're dancing. Just like, you know, a lot of people go to the gym and they like to look nice. I used to not understand that, but I used to think it was kind of like a fashion or glamour kind of thing, but it's really not. When you have the right fitting clothes on, you know, shoes included, you're making a statement, okay? You're basically wearing your musicality on you. You know, you're wearing your drip. You're wearing what you love most and what brings it out of you most as well. And literally is just rolling it off the dome of how I see and explain wearing what makes you feel, you know, powerful, comfortable in your dance, okay? We get into this dance, or any dance in the beginning, and a lot of us wear very mainstream clothing, you know? You get deeper into it, like I am now, you know, you have cargos, because it's baggy clothing is more, it's like the, just the touch and feel of baggy clothing, you know, that like textile sort of type feeling, if I'm saying that right. You know, just having a jacket for flair, whether it's zipped up, halfway zipped, or fully zipped. Maybe you have your collar popped, you know, have your hat on, or no hat at all. Hat backwards, you know. It just makes you look more steezy. And evidently, wearing all black especially makes you stand out. There's something about wearing black that just, especially when dancing to techno, it's just straight up rebel music, first of all, you know? So it just makes you stand out, I believe, you know. It makes you look good. It just makes you look raw. It makes you look hard, you know. And if you want to be raw and, you know, you want to look tough and, you know, to this, especially to the harder music, well, dance to, you know, techno. Dance to harder music. See how it changes you. See how it changes your style, your look, and just kind of go from there. So, but this was kind of a long one, but I mean, it was a lot of fun explaining, you know, my thoughts to going off to techno, and I believe there's another track after this that we're gonna do. So, like, share, and subscribe. Let me know your thoughts. Let me know what you liked, and maybe even if you disagreed with anything, you know, like, I am my biggest critic, so I love to engage and, you know, see what other people are thinking, or, you know, their opinion and perspective. So yeah, that's it, guys. Thanks for watching, and yeah, we're out.